Oh my God. Ugh.
What? Hey friend, let's catch up. Today we're gonna get ready while I yap too much. That's a pretty standard move by me. If you know, I like to show up here at the end of the month and I have to get ready for the day, and in true end of the month fashion, we got a flat tire this morning, so that's super special. I'm gonna be so distracted by this guy in the background, I can feel it in my bones. You know what's so crazy is I never know what the hell to talk about because there's so much to talk about that I don't even know where to start. Before we get ready and I start yapping way too much, I do want to go ahead and say thank you to Helix for sponsoring today's video. If you've never heard me talk about Helix before, you are absolutely new here. If you're not familiar with Helix, Helix is a mattress company that delivers mattresses straight to your door. You go online, you take the sleep quiz, and it will match you with the mattress that is best suited for your needs. The thing that stuck out to me 4 years ago when I started working with this brand is that they made mattresses for plus size people, the Helix Plus mattress. That is the bed that we were matched with when we took our sleep quiz years ago. I have less shoulder pain, I have less back pain, I have just less pain in general from sleeping on a mattress that was meant to hold all this jelly. Something that I also love about Helix is that they have a 10-year warranty on all of their mattresses, as well as free shipping in the United States and a 100-night sleep trial. So you can sleep on your bed for 100 nights, and if you don't love it for whatever reason, you can send it back. They have that sleep trial there, so if it is not the bed for you, you can make that decision yourself. Helix mattresses are also fiberglass free. You're not gonna be breathing any of that nasty junk in when you're laying in your bed at night. That to me is a really, really important thing. We spend so much time in our bed. I should be in there right now, but I don't want any of that nasty junk when I'm sleeping, and I don't want it for my kids either. That to me is a quality thing, and quality matters. It also shows me that a brand really cares about their consumer, and that is everything. Helix also just launched their mattress toppers, which I think is a huge addition. Say you just got a mattress, I don't know, a couple years ago, and you're not in the market for a new one, but it's not doing what you need it to do. Helix has a bunch of different mattress toppers that they offer, ones that'll help with shoulder pain and alleviating back pain and alleviating pain from your midsection. They have a ton of different options, and it's a really good option if you're not looking into purchasing a bed, but you want to amplify your sleep and just make it that much better. I'm obsessed with the mattress topper edition. I think that is such a great thing to have because not everyone can afford a bed, but maybe you have a little extra that you want to put towards something that will actually improve your quality of sleep without jumping in and buying an entire bed. Right now, Helix is running their spring savings event, so if you go to helixsleep.com/LaurenBrazee, you will get 20% off site-wide. I will leave all of that link down below for you guys. Make sure you're getting good sleep. I could use a little bit more sleep, but the sleep I do get is so good. Thank you again, Helix, for sponsoring today's video. You know I love you. I know I come on here once or twice a month and you guys don't see me often, and when you do see me, I talk about these beds. Listen, I appreciate you. I love you, I see you, I know, and just know this brand's amazing. I'm super thankful for the beds that we do have, and I'm happy to share anything that helps, and it is truly a game changer to get good sleep. I appreciate you. Have I said that? Because I do. I'm gonna use this camera as a mirror and we're gonna get ready together. I'm not a makeup artist. This isn't me telling you what to do with makeup. This is me just putting it on and kind of filling you in on what's gone on in the month of April. Can you believe another month is gone? It's almost May. That's exciting and scary and terrifying. I feel like every month that passes, especially for us here in probably everywhere, honestly, there's so much going on in the world. Isn't that crazy? It's actually insane. And if you are my age or close to my age, I am gonna be 35 in a couple of months, which is wild. Can you believe I'm in my mid-30s? I look like I'm 19. I'm a child. I am not adult enough to do this. I don't like it here, you know what I mean? It kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. We've had a lot go on this month in April, not just in our home, but in the world. And you know what I'm saying? In my last video, I was actually pretty scared to post because I don't like to cause a stir. I don't like drama. I don't like, you know, stating any opinions that I have anymore. I used to love it. It used to actually be like my favorite thing to do. But nowadays, it's a scary thing to do because there's always going to be somebody who does not like what you have to say. And then they get really mad. And then it just causes like arguments and drama and chaos. And I just don't like that. But sometimes, no, all the time, you have to just say what you gotta say. You know what I mean? Let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave. So that's what I've been telling myself while I'm trying to ease myself back onto the internet more, and not just a couple times a month when I have to. I'm trying to be more brave and just stand on business and say what I gotta say. And I'm still completely misinformed when it comes to 99% of the things in the world, because I don't watch the news. I don't consume anything that is stressful. I try not to. But obviously I did touch on RFK's comments in my last video. A lot of you guys feel very similar to how I feel, which is cool. And if you don't, cool. Some of you guys don't feel how I feel. And yet here we are, still being able to have a conversation and talk to each other and be friends. Isn't that wild that we can do stuff like that? I just think it's so special because, hey, we're humans. I don't know why the internet has completely just scared me off. I just don't like confrontation, and I'm so not in like the headspace for it. So I think that's why I get so nervous to say anything on the internet, and I just have avoided it completely altogether for like years now. But I do love the village. I do want to tell you guys, obviously I've been sharing a huge part of like my weight loss journey over these last few years. I do have a Facebook group. It's a private group. I will leave a link down below for it. You can join it. I like vet every single person that comes in. I go through all of their requests just to keep it a really safe, special, normal, healthy place for all of us to chat about, either if you're on a GLP-1 or if you're on a weight loss journey. It's just a really safe, cool place to get questions answered, to have like a village of community support. I've been spending a lot of time in that group, building it, making sure it's a good, safe, normal. I say normal because normal is like the only word I can think of, but the internet can sometimes just be a really unsafe place, and it's a really good spot. If you're on a GLP-1 medication, if you have ordered through LEMD, which that is where I get my medication from, that is always linked down below as well. I answer questions there. I give tutorials there on how I like do my meds. That's it. I don't like tell you how to, I'm not a doctor, so I don't tell you how to do stuff. But if you do want to join that group, I will leave it linked down below. Like I said, it is private, so I have to like approve your requests, but just be nice and be kind, and you can totally come in there and like chat with us and keep each other accountable. But I wanted to give you guys a bit of a weight loss update as well. I have lost, in the month of April, 4 pounds, which is pretty great. I say it's pretty great. It could be better, but at the same time, I'm in a really good place right now. And physically, I'm just feeling probably the best I've ever felt. I'm actually the smallest I've been in a billion years, it feels like, but in my adult life. And I just physically feel incredible. So that's that on that. I did tell you in the last video, we had a doctor's appointment or a vet appointment for Ducky, and we did end up having that vet appointment. He's had a bit of a cough since we had him. He's had a cough, like not a bad one, but it's just kind of there. And I wanted to get it checked out and just looked at, and we ended up taking him to the vet last Tuesday. And Duck, my sweet guy. We rescued him obviously from the Florida Pointer Rescue. They're amazing. He was the barn dog. They found him abandoned, and he gained a ton of weight on the farm because they don't have restrictive feeding there, so it's a free feeding situation. He made it his life's mission when he hit that farm to gain like 60 pounds. And so I thought the cough was just like an allergy thing, but when she was listening to his chest, we also got a chest x-ray on him. He has a heart murmur, which makes me so sad because everybody wants to hear their dog is in perfect health and condition. And he's also, we thought he was like 3 years old. He's probably like 6 or 7 years old, based off of like all of the x-rays and all of the testing they did. So he's a bit older, he has a heart murmur, and he also has like a lung condition, like inflammation in the lungs from chronic allergies or chronic bronchitis, as well as a massive double ear infection. His left ear has like every single thing that you can have in it, and the right one has like 2 of the 3 things that you can have in it. He's a mess. So he's been on steroids, antibiotics, and also like antibiotic ear stuff. So he's on the mend and he's doing really well, but steroids make big dogs insane. They make them crazy. He's just a different kind of funk when he's on his roids. He's not raging, he's just bug-eyed and woo. So he hasn't had him yet today, clearly, but once he gets him, it's like a eat. So that was a lot, because the last time, you guys know how well I handled the whole Trixie situation. Not great. That was really hard for me. She was the dog I got in my early 20s and like raised my kids with, and was my first animal sole responsibility, like my dog, and losing her was literally one of, if not the hardest thing I've ever gone through in my adult life. It was awful, awful. So now I'm seeing friends of mine who are losing their pets or their pets are sick. And I've had so many friends lately, like so many people that I know who are experiencing pet loss, grieving, or are about to, or their dogs just got a horrible diagnosis of something, and it genuinely destroys me. So when I heard that he had a heart murmur, I was like, oh, it's so hard. But the beautiful thing with losing Trixie, the one beautiful thing about it is that she made me brave, and going through that experience made me stronger and braver and more loving and open and kind to animals in general, just because I loved her so much that she like opened my world up to other dogs. So the beautiful thing about it is that I feel very thankful that we get to give Ducky the best second half of his life, no matter how long it is. And I know when that time eventually does come for him to cross over onto the Rainbow Bridge or go over the Rainbow Bridge, oh, it's such a beautiful thing. It really is. I'm honored to do that for him. And it seems a little less scary because all dogs go to heaven. So that's like the most beautiful thing ever. There's not a bad dog on the planet. Like, they all go to heaven, and it's just the best ever. And we are so honored as humans to be able to do that for them, to be there for them, to transition with them, and that's all they want. So I do have my friend Lacey, she just lost her soul dog, and then my friend Leah, her dog just got diagnosed with bladder cancer. And then the Mosses, I saw that Maverick is really sick, and I think he has something going on. And I just feel so sad for them as a family, because Maverick has been around forever, and he's such a good boy. He is such a good boy. So my thoughts and prayers are with them for real, because that is one of the hardest things that you can go through, and it really, really, really is so difficult. Also on the health front, John had his ear appointment. You guys know I've been talking about his chronic ear infections. They have been plaguing him for months now, years really. And turns out his ears are okay. We were told by a couple of doctors when he was getting the chronic ear infections before we saw the specialist that he would probably need tubes as an adult because he's had them so many times in his life. But turns out it's not actually his ears, it's a gland. This one, I forgot what it's called. It's something fancy. He's got like a clogged gland. So he just picked up antibiotics for that. It's an easy, quick-ish fix. So that's really great news. John's doing really well. Yay. That was really great news, because getting the news about Ducky and then getting the news about John, I was like, okay, I can handle this, you know, we're fine. It's gonna be okay. I don't know if I want to talk about, I do want to talk about this. You guys saw my apocalypse basket years ago. Remember my apocalypse baskets that were above my kitchen cabinets? They were like wooden baskets, and I had all of like a stock of random supplies. Some people made fun of me for it, and that's okay. I'm a doomsday prepper. I can't help it. I just am. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel prepared. And when you have special needs children, in my experience with my special needs kids, I just feel like I need to have things. But I've been seeing a lot of stuff. Like I said, don't get your news from me. Do not get your news from me. Hear me out when I say this. Don't get your news from me. I am a nobody. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I just talk. Anyway, I've been seeing on TikTok, so take it with a grain of salt, that we are having some port issues. That stresses me out. So I've been doing a little extra prepping. I'm gonna tell you what I have been prepping. This is not to say like you should overbuy or panic buy. That is so selfish. Do not do that. But like, if you are able to, when you go to the store, get a few extra cans of things, canned things, okay? Canned vegetables, canned potatoes, have flour, sugar, rice, beans, which is so funny. I tell you to have all these things, but my kids don't eat flour, sugar, well, they eat sugar. But I say, I'm like, get rice and beans and canned vegetables. My kids won't touch any of those things. But I just assume if we were in a doomsday situation, that I would hope that they would. I don't know. I don't know. But I also doomsday prep on veggie straws. So do I have 9 bags of veggie straws just in case of emergency? Yeah, I do. I feel as a parent, or like if I'm able to, I've been stocking up on extra stuff. I don't know what these port things are gonna do. So if you know better than I do, I could ask John. He could probably tell me. But I just assume we're having a girl chit chat. We're chatting right now. What do you think about that? How are we feeling about that? I don't really feel, I feel like this has happened a billion times. So it's like the boy who cried wolf. I don't really believe anything that bad's gonna happen, but I could be totally wrong. We could be spooked in a couple of weeks. I don't know. So I just say, better to be safe than sorry. If you have a couple extra dollars to spend at the grocery store, get some canned stuff. Make sure you have flour, rice, sugar, beans, water. water sources are great. I will link my favorite water straws down below. I always feel like that's a really good place to start and something to have in your kit if you are a amateur prepper. I feel like in this day and age in 2025, we should all have a hint of prepper in our blood because shit is going crazy. It's wild. I felt like when we started the new year, I was like, it's a fresh start. It's gonna be great. We're gonna la 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 la. And as much as you try and avoid it, it's like in your face all the time. You know what I mean? Oh gosh, it feels good to just talk about stuff. What else do I want to talk about? Have not gone to another Orange Theory class, which is actually embarrassing. That one almost took me out. I really felt like I was gonna have a heart attack in that class. It kind of scared me, I'm not gonna lie. I signed up for like 2 weeks because for 2 weeks in April, they had like an offer. It was $49, unlimited classes for 2 weeks. So I was like, oh, that's such a great idea. I'm gonna go 17 times during the 2 weeks that I have. Went once. The 2 weeks is over in like a few days. I should probably book an Orange Theory class, don't you think? Yeah, I should. Tell me I should. Tell me to. Make me go. I need to do it. So I've only done one Orange Theory class. I've been going back to the gym and like walking and doing really basic exercise stuff, but that Orange Theory class really threw me for a loop. And I can't believe I signed up for 2 weeks and I have not gone. Come in, hold my hands. Hold my hands. Are we holding hands? I want us all to take a collective deep breath, like Ducky back here. We're doing our best. You're doing your best. And if you're not doing your best, chances are you already know that. And I don't need to tell you to do better, because just existing and showing up and being the best version of you that you can, or even just opening your eyes every day and going through the motions, if that's your best right now, that's okay. It really is okay. Sometimes my best is just not losing my patience with my kids. Sometimes my best is doing the bare minimum to get through the day. Sometimes my best looks like an Orange Theory class and eating the best macros and working out 4 days a week and losing a ton of weight and drinking all my water. Some days my best looks very different than others. But at the end of the day, all I can do is try. And when you stop trying, that's when you stop living. And as long as we're all trying to be nicer, be better, be more kind, be more empathetic, be more open and willing to listen to others who may feel differently than us, that to me is everything. And that is really truly what I've been working on in my life over the last couple of years. When we lost everything is when I feel like I really found myself. That's so cliche to say, but it really is. I've done a lot of growing in the last few years, as well as shrinking. As much as I've grown and learned more about myself as a person and what I'm capable of and what I want for myself and what I want for my life and boundaries and just what I want my life to look like, I've also kind of shrunk myself, not just physically, but mentally too, as far as speaking up or speaking out about anything, because I just don't want to fight. Every day that we get to wake up and be on this planet and on this earth and be with the ones that we love and not have your worst day ever, not lose someone, not get the worst news of your life. The days that are boring, that are mediocre, that are monotonous, those are the days, they're best days of our lives. And those are the important days and the days that really shape us as humans, as parents, as daughters, mothers, sisters, brothers. Like those are the days that are the best, because unfortunately, in life, these days are fleeting and we will eventually, inevitably get the worst news of our life or have one of the most horrible things ever happen. So I think I'm just trying to live in the peace, in the silence, in the mediocre, monotonous, routine, basic life, because I know, as well as so many of you, it can all change in the blink of an eye. And when it did change in the blink of an eye, almost 3 years ago. It'll be 3 years in October since we lost the house, and you never think anything's gonna happen, and then when it does, it just is such a wake-up call. And I think that's really what I've been doing, is obviously trying to rebuild our lives and get back to us and find myself physically and mentally and emotionally, but it's also trying to just live in the moment of being in the monotonous, just normal everyday stuff. And every day that I have a day where nothing horrible happens, I just am so thankful for it. And I hope and pray the same for you. I think we all really do need to be more present in the moment and realize that we are putting way too much effort and energy and time into things that do not matter. What matters is you. What matters is your family. What matters is our babies, our little fur babies and our baby babies, and everything is happening so fast, and I'm just trying to slow down and be present. And I hope and pray the same for you. Even though I don't show up as often, I am proud of us. I'm proud of me for still being here, for pushing through. I'm proud of me for losing weight. I didn't think this was ever possible. I didn't think I could ever live a different life. I genuinely did not believe I could ever do anything different than what I was doing. I just thought I was destined to be morbidly obese and mentally not okay. And I'm so thankful that that's not the truth, and your life can change at any time, and you can decide, we can decide when that time is. I'm really proud of you, and I hope to see you guys really, really soon. Thank you for being so supportive and being kind to me and our family. I'm so thankful, and I could never tell you that enough. I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.